It was Friday night. My parents had left for the weekend on a business trip. This was the first time they left me alone, so admittedly I was a tad bit nervous, but also I was excited. My buddy Skip Douglas was coming over, and we had a long night of video games, junk food, and R-rated horror films ahead of us. My parents left around 4, and Skip showed up not too long after. We immediately began to raise hell. Skip was a bad influence, as my mother would say, and he was. But he was also pretty cool. One time he told our principal to kiss his black ass, and he's white. Anyways, a few episodes into South Park, we grew bored. I half-heartedly suggested perhaps we make a prank phone call. Skip's face lit up like a neighborhood on Christmas. He said he was the king of prank phone calls. I said, great, let's give it a go then. I let him go first since he seemed pretty confident. We dialed a number and it rang a few times, and I said, Skip, would you put it on speaker, please? And he did. On the fifth ring, an old woman answered. Hello, baby. Who this? Skip, with a shit-eating grin on his face, said, Is your refrigerator running, ma'am? How original, I thought. The old woman sounded a little confused and said, I believe so, baby. What's this got to do with anything? And then Skip proceeded to tell the woman he was going to come to her house, take a deuce in her blender, and make a shit smoothie, and force feed it to her. I gave Skip a look that without words said, Dude, what the fuck? He hung up and apologized. I said, what was that about, Skip? He said, you've never heard that one. Before I could respond, the phone rang. Shit, we forgot to block our number, Skip. He told me to relax, and I answered. I tried to muster up a lie, but before I could, I was cut off. Listen here, baby. I'm outside. Let me in, the woman said. The phone call ended. I said to Skip, I think I just shit myself. He told me to relax and that they were just trying to spook us. And we calmed down when suddenly somebody started slamming their fist on the front door. I looked at Skip. He looked at me. And we knew we were in trouble. We sat there frozen with fear, trying to figure out what the hell we were gonna do. Skip said he was gonna make this right, and grabbed the phone. He dialed her number, and after a few rings, she answered. Before she could say anything, Skip apologized. He said that his evil twin must have gotten a hold of his phone while he was in the shower and pranked her. He assured it wouldn't happen again, and asked her if she could stop banging on the door because he had school in the morning. A long silence followed, and eventually the phone call ended. We never heard from that old woman again, but we sure did learn our lesson. Me and Skip remained friends for a few years after that, but eventually we drifted apart. I don't know what made me remember this story, but I had to tell someone. All I know is, I hope I never meet who was knocking on that door.